In fall camp, especially in the second scrimmage of fall camp, I think fans want to see explosive plays, highlight plays, big plays, buzzworthy plays to get you excited for the season to come. Coaches really want to see execution, the game plan that they have set, and the fundamentals on the field come into play. Good news is there was a balance of that in Ohio football's second scrimmage of fall camp on Saturday at Peden Stadium. No position group has a better strike of that balance more than the offensive line. If you think about it, that's where the big plays really get started. Those big athletic guys up front have to do so much with their hands and feet and leverage and power to create the holes, to create the protection time, to create those big plays. Alan Rudolph, well, he's a doctor when it comes to the sciences of the offensive line. Been doing it for 27 years for at Ohio. His thoughts on what he saw from his unit?
I think we're progressing where we need to be. I'm glad we don't play today. But I think we're progressing. I think I've got a group of guys, a good, strong mix of old and young. And some of the young guys need to progress and come on. Some of the old guys, I feel like we're where we need to be. And I felt a huge step in that direction versus last week's scrimmage, which is the progression that you want to see.
There's so much that goes into offensive line play, but for our fans, what are some of the things that you're really trying to drill to your unit to be precise, to be effective, for this offense to go?
The first thing that is always going to be pad level. To be dominant, to be strong, you've got to play with great pad level. You got to play low to high in everything you do. Low to high is strong, high to low is weak. So every day we are drilling low to high. Secondly, and I don't know that it's any more important or any less important than the first one, but it's training our eyes. And I know that seems really crazy when talking about O-linemen, but they have to see so much. And the days of lining up and blocking a sled that doesn't move, those days are no longer. So within everything we do, we have to have our eyes in the proper place so that we see and we can handle movement because everything changes. And then thirdly, I think the main focus is playing through the whistle, finishing each and every play. And if we end up closer to the football than our defender or the person that we're supposed to be blocking, the Bobcats are going to have a lot of success. So those are the three main areas that we're really focusing fundamentally.
It's a deep unit, and there are a lot of guys, but from an individual standpoint, a couple of shout-outs of guys that you feel that have produced and performed well for you in fall camp?
You start out with a couple of older guys, Hagan Meservey, Kurt Daneker's working back from his knee. We'll be excited when he gets back. Really excited about an older guy that I think the Bobcat fans are going to be excited about. Bryce Raymer's had an unbelievable camp and has really stepped up and taken his reps that because Kurt's injured right now. And I mean, I lay my head down really comfortable at night with Bryce Raymer in there. Brody Rogers is continuing to grow. He had he was dinged up a little bit, so he's only had a few days of camp, but he jumped right back in the end of this week and into the scrimmage and performed well. Excited about Parker Titsworth. You know, he's a guy that fights every snap. And he's what you want your O-line to be about. He's a scrapper, he's a fighter, and studies and works and all the intangibles you could think of, and he's a really athletic kid. And then, Jay Amberg's a guy that's been around here for a while now. Everybody looks at him, he's still young, he's still got 3 years left, but he's been here a while because of the COVID year, and he's really starting to come on.
Now, Rudolph is also co-offensive coordinator with Scott Isfording, and you did see some explosive plays from the skill positions as well. Junior college transfer Jacoby Jones made a really nice catch on a touchdown to the right corner of the south end zone. And we saw Parker Navarro with his arm and his legs. He didn't go in scrimmage number 1, so it was good to see him at quarterback in scrimmage number 2, the UCF transfer. Defense, hard hitting, executed as well. Too many individual names to name, but know that they're progressing as a unit as well. Coach Tim Albin really liked what he saw from his defensive guys as well. This is the final morning into potentially early afternoon practice that Ohio football has during fall camp. Classes start in Southeast Ohio coming up on Monday, so it's a switch to afternoons for the final week of fall camp before the first game week of the season in advance of the opener against Florida Atlantic on September the 3rd at 6 o'clock. This is continuing coverage of Bobcat Football Fall Camp 2022 with Luke Steiner back from Spain. I'm Russ Eisenstein. Been here the whole time. This is Bobcat TV.